Do you think it was suicide?
Do you think it was suicide?
You conduct yourself well, Mr. Narracott, if you don't mind my saying so. Mr. Blore has told us that you are not what you appear, yet you told him you were not a detective.
No, sir. But I've read many detective novels. I even had one of those junior detective kits when I was a boy. Magnifying glass, fingerprint powder.
Junior detective kit. Wonderful.
Ah, an amateur sleuth then. You appear to have something of a gift for it.
About the suicide, Judge.
I'm not yet prepared to offer an opinion.
Did you know him before he arrived today?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
I knew his father, the Duke, and his elder brother. Like so many younger sons of his class, Anthony Marsden was a bit of a wastrel, as you will have gathered. There were other rumors of late, of his dabbling in politics, but this is not the proper forum for that discussion.
So he knew this fellow.
What do you think that record means?
May I answer that in a moment after asking a question of my own?
Of course.
Does anyone know Mr. Owen's full name?
My letter was signed only U.N. Owen.
Yes. U.N. Owen. Or, by a slight stretch of fancy, unknown. I'll now answer your question, Mr. Narracott. The name, the recording, the circumstances under which all but you were lured to this island. I have no doubt in my mind that we have been invited here by a madman, very possibly a dangerous, homicidal lunatic.
It's not me. Why did you retire?
Why did you retire, Judge?
I know there was talk about my competence, even my ego running wild, but the truth of it is very simple. My health. A lifetime sentencing my fellow man, and now a higher power has passed judgment on me.
Good evening, Judge.
Right, okay. Do you think he committed suicide?
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
You'd never think he would kill himself. He was so alive. When he came down that hill in his car, he looked... Oh, I can't explain.
Did you know him before he arrived?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No. I'm sure I would have remembered.
Steady, Miss Claythorne. The lad had his faults, you know.
You seem to be a remarkably perceptive girl.
You seem to be a remarkably perceptive girl, Miss
Or
Clayton.
woman.
Why, thank you, Mr. Narracott.
Is there anything you can tell me about our fellow castaways?
Castaways? You make it sound so...
Romantic?
I was going to say dramatic.
Yeah,
Let
same
me
thing.
see. No one has confided any secrets to me, I'm afraid. Oh, except one.
That is...
I really don't know you well enough to answer you.
Yeah, it's a secret. What do you think the record means?
What do you think that record means?
It was unfair, what it said. Very unfair.
Thank you for your time, Miss Claythorne.
Do you think he committed
Do you
suicide?
think Marston committed suicide?
He didn't seem particularly remorseful. Of course, the record might have set him off somehow. A new incident long after the fact may create a strong feeling of guilt or fear. Wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Possible. Quite possible.
Did you know him?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Heard of him, but we'd never crossed paths or swords.
What about the record?
What do you think that record means?
There is something wrong with this entire weekend, and especially with our host, Mr. Owen.
I believe we're all coming around to that conclusion.
Yes, but I know something you don't, Judge.
What is that?
I recognize the voice on that recording, and it was definitely not Mr. Owen.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Narracott. Not until I think things through a bit more.
Good evening, Mr. Lombard.
Flip. Let's go around. So I assume we're just going to go around and talk to these people. Do you think he committed suicide?
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
I shouldn't have said Mr. Marston was a suicidal type of gentleman at all.
No. Did you know him before he arrived?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Never clapped eyes on him. And who gave you the authority to question us?
You're under no obligation to answer me.
What do you think about the
What do you
record?
think that record means?
I don't like it. Not one bit. Very queer, the whole situation.
That is all for now, Mr. Blanc. Do you think Marston committed suicide?
Yes. In my experience, certain types of individuals, when faced with their sin, will then commit the greater one.
Right. Did you know Marston before he arrived here
Did
today?
you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No.
What do you think the record means?
What do you think that record means?
There is something very peculiar about it.
He
I won't
is.
take up any more of your time, Miss Brent.
That was a bit rubbish, but alright. I can't examine the body. Is that just here? Yeah. Is it? I was wondering if maybe it's the Albatross's. Oh, the secret passageway. Do you think it was
Do you
suicide?
think it was suicide?
How dare you? My wife died of natural causes, sir. A long illness, nothing more.
I meant Marston.
Marston? No honor in him that I could see.
Did you know Marston before he arrived?
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No, I don't think so. Not a military man, I'd wager. Lombard now. He reminds me of someone from my command. But the name wasn't Lombard.
Oh, so I mean, the obvious thing is he could just be going a bit, you know, getting some aspect of dementia or something. Whereas, or he could actually, maybe Lombard is lying about who he is.
What do you think that record means?
Ugly. After 30 years. Ugly thing to say.
I am indebted to you for your help, General Mackenzie.
Where have you been, Rogers?
I went to check on my wife, sir. She is resting comfortably. But I'm afraid I have some distressing news.
Oh?
One of the china figures of a sailor boy has been broken off.
Oh dear.
Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
That is a valid point.
Everyone should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
So what can I do? Don't activate the radio because we want to be sneaky and stealthy. Although I'm not entirely sure what I'm meant to be doing with this. Oh, hello.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. Those don't work together.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And the ink pad, maybe.
They don't get along.
Oh. I was thinking that might get me the fingerprints. Can I recombine these?
Et voila. Perhaps another time. That came apart rather easily.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with them, but... Okay. Cliched... I mean, this is the thing, like, this is a cliched secret passageway, which makes me think... Or is it too dark in here to do anything? So we got the judges one.
Wargrave on justice. I can only imagine the egotism that lurks within those pages.
So can I try the light bulb with it? I know that sounds silly.
That
but-
doesn't make sense.
No, I didn't think it did, but I was just thinking like maybe that combined flowery speeches with the light aspect.
It's really dark up there. I need a light source.
Okay.
Some things, once done, cannot be undone.
Okay, do I have anything I can... Oh, without batteries.
They don't get along.
Oh, well, I kind of do actually. But... Okay, so you have to find some kind of light to get up there.
A place for everything and everything in its place.
Oh, yes. Oh dear.
9 little sailor boys.
Yeah, one's been smashed off.
Copper pots, just as I'd expect.
Alright.
It's a sturdy cast iron stove.
So I've managed to progress slightly.
It's too dark to move around in there without stumbling.
Okay.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
Right, okay. So I can't go through the... So I can't go into any of the... thingy areas. Kind of areas where people are sleeping. Bedroom areas. It's not the right word, but whatever. Until I get some light. But obviously if I just put light on, things are going to get a bit obvious that I'm trying to do things.
It's a book holder. Seems like a long time since it's been used. I can't get them to fit.
Can't get this flammable thing to burn. So not some kind of batteries somewhere?
The drawer is locked.
Okay.
The storm is kicking up something fierce. Besides, my time would be better used snooping around inside at the moment.
Doing what? Confused. So I can't switch on
A rather
anything.
beautifully made globe of the world.
Right, so...
Interesting painting. Birds don't appeal to me, but someone here certainly fancies them.
You're going to need a light.
It's too dark to move around in there without stumbling.
How do I get light? Is there something I've got that will...
I can't get them to fit. Seems so obvious in retrospect. Those don't work together.
Yeah, so... Maybe something to do with the radio? And I messed up for parts so I can use light, but then that means that we can't communicate with anyone. But I don't think we can communicate with anyone yet anyway.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. I won't do that.
Okay.
Perhaps another time. That came apart rather easily.
Well, I mean, I've been putting
I won't do that.
it together and apart for ages.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, so there's some other communication that we need to do. Okay. It's not overly relevant to what we need, but... yeah, it just won't let me go to bed. It won't let me sleep. So there's got to be some kind of light source or way of producing there's a thing.
Interesting ashtray. Birds everywhere.
Alright.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Okay, that's still locked. Right, okay.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really.
And then that's into the library section, which we've already looked at, and there doesn't seem to be anything there.
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty. I'll need to wait until the weather lets up a bit.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case, but... and I can't really see where there's light or anything we can use. So it won't let me get through
The
there.
refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size. Excellent, like hand in glove. Perhaps another time. This is neither the time nor the place.
Okay, so that's not working. Can
Some things once done cannot be undone.
I? Okay. We don't have any batteries, do we?
I can't take that apart.
Okay. It's always interesting to notice the ones that can be taken apart, but he doesn't want to.
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping. It's a full sack of flour.
Sure.
The larder is very well stocked. I don't need to lug this around with me.
Well, I think I'm actually going to put the stuff in here because I'm kind of confused and I don't know what I'm meant to do or what I need. I'm really thrown. So, yes. Next time, hopefully, we'll find something resembling a light source. And then we can go snooping around some of the other areas. But, yes.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really.
That will be next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.